This is Colt from Spit and Tex Upholstery. I guarantee I told you I'd be back to haunt you forever. So, square-toed boots, those are the most important thing when you're doing upholstery because it gives you direction. So, come on, let's go. So, here we go. This is a boat from my buddy Ron. We're in Spokane, Washington, and there's some great talent here. People are trying to hang on. You know how the economy's going and whatnot, but you know, God bless them all. So Valley Marine out here, you know, they send us lots of work because they know that we're stand-up folks when it comes down to quality. What we're doing here is a back seat of a boat, and then people call it different things. You know, you got your ski jack, you got you know, the ramp, whatever. The back of the boat. How about this? The back of the boat. When you're crawling, help me, when you're tubing and all that stuff and you crawl up on the ladder, and this pad is that pad right there. Now, pan over there, that's that pad. Okay, so now what we're doing is the seat, the bottom seat, the back of the seat, and then the back of the boat, okay, the stern. So we're starting with this particular item here. So whenever you start to tear down anything, photograph it. You photograph it from the left, you photograph it from the right. Now, keep this in mind. Once you skin this, I call it a skin. Once you hide it, like my daddy would say, you know, take the hide off of something. Your right is left and your left is right, okay? Because it's inverted. You know, it's backwards. So make sure, like this, okay? I tear this apart. When I go to retrace this pattern, this is my right, this is my left. However, I'm standing here, to my right is my right, my left is my left. No, it's backwards. Always remember those things. Little things that you never know. I mean, we're only human. So, you know, we forget things. I photographed this just because I do it always. Please always photograph everything you do while it's intact, like this, okay? Boom, 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 while it was like this, okay? Make sure you photograph it. Please photograph everything you do. Phones are the future. Me, I'm still learning how to work my phone. What was it, dear? $1,100 for this iPhone 11? I can answer it. Okay, I'm an old hillbilly. Anyway, so this is how it works. You photograph everything and make sure you know where you're at. It's a reference point you can fall back on. This is where we go. Back to what? Do you guys remember? Staple puller. Dikes. I wish I could pay someone to do this. Here we go. And that's all you do. You grab it and you're careful with everything that you do. This boat, this is for a friend of mine, Ron, that I just met, I was referred to. This is like a $70,000 boat. Take your time when you take these things apart. They're counting on you. Upholstery is a treat. It is, okay? And you walk through. Now listen to me here. When you go to tear something apart, you'll feel, okay? Feel it. Feel it. This was not done like I do it. I use scrim on everything. A lot of people will scream out loud. But you put this on everything. You glue all of these patterns that I'll show you later. You glue this onto them. Like if you grab this, watch this. You see this? You see my fingers here? When I wrinkle this up, there ain't no pad on this. This comes from the factory like this. You'll see the wood. You'll see how it's taxed and it dimples. Okay? You'll see when it fails, you'll see everything. You put scrim on everything. This is what spit and tax does. I mean, we care. Everybody's got a story. Everybody wants to make $1, but $1's $1. I get you. That's fine. But do it right. Make it last. Don't go buying some cheap, like look over here. You see that roll of fabric there? That's marine upholstery. Don't go buying vinyl that isn't marine upholstery. We don't do that. But I want you as a consumer to be advised. These things are important. Ask for scrim. I want all of my patterns on my new back seat that you're doing for me. I want 1/4" scrim glued onto that. Longevity for days. Plus the plastic underneath. We're going to get there. So now it's a tear down. Okay, now this is heat protective. And these things you cannot avoid. Never avoid these. Always make sure that these are done correctly. Where's my staple puller? Where's my labor-intensive tool? Okay, so I know I squirreled around, and I'll do that all the time. And I missed you guys. I haven't been around for a while. I've been so busy catching up. Wintertime, boats come in, and I've been slammed. And when I do this, I don't have time, because I have to have someone hold my phone, because these YouTube cameras are garbage, is the ones I found anyway. I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but anyway, so here we are again, and we're going to walk through this whole bottom seat, back of the boat. All right. So like I said before, you walk in, you start popping staples. Bam, bam, and I know this is mundane. And I really appreciate you guys watching what we're doing. And like I said before, if you hang in there, we're going to show you some stuff that is really going to help you out. And we're committed to this, okay? We're committed to this. This isn't a flash in the pan. And, don't be offended. There's lots of folks that love God, lots of folks that don't know about God, but we are apple pie and Chevrolet and praise the Lord every day in this house. Hasn't done us wrong, and I respect you and whatever you do. But I'll tell you, sure has helped me find my gate in this world. Which leads me to one thing. Okay, I won't squirrel off again. So I was looking at something that just really caught my eye. And it was, better is a poor person who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked in speech and is a fool. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his way. So, when you're doing all this stuff, it's love for another person. So how can you do wrong? I really love that. I think it's awesome. And it's people come in and hand you a bunch of money and walk out and go, okay. Well, we can do this. You just keep on watching. Anyway, so, you get in where you fit in. Come across here. These, I can see that they lowered their air pressure on their gun. That's another thing that you do. It's another thing that you do. When you're applying, okay, this is all upholstered. You're done. And you're just going to put the heat shield on the back. Okay, so you bring it down from 120 PSI or 110 down to like 70. And then it's a shallow staple. Pop, 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 just enough to let it float in here. It works. You don't need to stomp it into the ground, with 120. Another little trick. I got a bunch of them. So, here we go into the new year. And I'll tell you what, I got one word for you. You ready? America. So, yeah. See how this works out? You pull that heat shield off, and then it is what it is. So don't be alarmed, or don't be fooled, or don't be intimidated when you do these things. Photograph them. Make sure when you do them that try to salvage some of this if you can. Don't just tear into something and destroy it, because oftentimes you don't have to. You can reuse things, within reason. They're paying for this is expensive. Sorry, but boat upholstery is expensive. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot to it. There are a few things that you can reuse. But 99% of it you want to replace. Like this, I'm going to put a new piece on here. I don't like this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tear it off. I was looking at it. I don't like it. Quality is everything. They're paying for quality. But you still got to pull the staples. You ain't getting out easy. Yeah, but that's junk. And it's old. And this is important, These things are important for the safety of the boat, everybody in it. Boom, 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 boom. So, like I said, you want to photograph everything, clean as you go. So we had a fire retardant backing on this, okay? This is the bottom of the back of the seat. We photographed it, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is to save you a little misery, and I'm gonna pull all these staples. I'm gonna kill the camera. I'm gonna come back, and this is all gonna be off, and then I'm gonna show you how to label everything, okay? And then we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna show you how to seam rip. And then we're going to tear it apart. We're going to iron it. We're going to trace it. We're going to duplicate it. We are going to create a masterpiece. Hup, hup!